Welcome back, all you groovy space cats and hep kittens, to Big Papa Vader's corner of the galaxy, as once again I air my grievances and bemoan the current state of cinema and entertainment in general. There was a time, many years ago, when I looked forward to the latest movie news with great anticipation. But sadly these days, the latest movie and television or casting news usually leaves me feeling something like this. This is Vader Reviews. We are honored that you would join us. The Flash has finally released, and the poodoos hit the fan because it seems Ezra Miller isn't quite done assaulting the public just yet. This time with laughably terrible CGI, and a performance as a younger Barry Allen that somehow manages to be even more annoying than he was in Justice League. And if you're jonesing for adventure, well, just call me Molaram, because if you're an Indiana Jones fan, prepare to have your heart ripped out of your chest and lit on fire, because all the leaks on the interwebs about this film were true. That's right, kids, Indy's been whipped, and the film might as well have been titled Indiana Jake and the Stench of Failure, because now their failure is complete. They've utterly destroyed Star Wars, Willow, and now Indiana Jones, leaving no intellectual property from the once great Lucasfilm untouched. Indiana Jones was once a treasured franchise, and at this point, it belongs in a museum, so it can be safely locked away behind glass from greedy people who would tarnish and damage it beyond repair. And what's worse, this is all we have to look forward to at the movies at this point. And in the immortal words of J. Jonah Jameson,
crap. Crap. Mega crap.
Unfortunately, these days, the people in positions of power in the entertainment industry have forgotten how to entertain. Instead, they've become self-important, trying to shape culture and impose their views on the world. With the poor reception of most franchises that have been updated for modern audiences, one thing has become painfully clear.
It's not about money, it's about sending a message.
Now, the message I'd like to send is that there's never been a better time for independent creators, because there is a hunger for classic stories that won't alienate half of their audience. Stories with universal appeal and entertainment value. Now, many of you have seen our fan film, Star Wars Fallen Jedi, here on YouTube, and the reception has been more than I could have hoped for. But as far as other creative plans for the future, you may be thinking,
any more bright ideas?
I got a few. Yeah.
We have at least 8 different manga concepts in various stages of completion. I just finished writing an 88-page screenplay for a crime drama. We're collaborating with a friend who is also an independent filmmaker, and we hope to begin production on this movie soon. If you follow me on Twitter, no doubt you've already seen a sample of the comic I began drawing last week, about a mysterious investigator named Ravencroft, who solves crimes with a supernatural twist. Think film noir meets Universal Monsters. If you're a fan of Jurassic Park like me, you may be interested in this next project. We have about 48 minutes of an audiobook written and recorded, which tells the story of how a unique ecosystem of genetically engineered dinosaur-like creatures were created on a remote island. We were heavily inspired by the John Hammond diaries from the Jurassic Park Trespasser game. And while it is not set in that world, we wanted to tell a story that was atmospheric and science-based that fans of Jurassic Park would enjoy. Think of it as the Mr. Pibb to Jurassic Park's Dr. Pepper. Here is a small sample of the first chapter.
After the initial excitement had worn down in the lab, we soon realized there were complications. The animals were sterile, and for a time it looked as though my Neozoic world would be nothing more than an unfulfilled childish dream. Even after we solved the breeding problem, they weren't passing their genetic modifications on to the next generation, and often the parents would devour their young, seeing their unmodified chicks as nothing more than a food source. But then, on May 25th, during a violent tropical storm that raged across the island, it happened. As the eggs hatched, we collectively held our breath, and then we saw it. A small reptilian creature breaking free from its shell. And as the thunder rolled and the rain splashed down on the tin metal roof of the laboratory, we witnessed the birth of a new species, Premisaurus, because it was the first.
And finally, having grown up loving both Star Wars and Star Trek, we are developing our very own sci-fi series that will focus on a group of mercenaries who explore the galaxy, defending colonists from space pirates, hostile alien threats, and a whole caboodle of other sci-fi problems. We've created our very own galactic map with over 80 worlds. We've begun plotting episodes, writing musical themes, and building starships for the show. Now, all of these projects are admittedly ambitious, but that's why we need your support. If you'd like to be part of what we're doing here, please consider donating to our PayPal today, so we can not only continue to bring you weekly videos here on Vader Reviews, but also expand to create new IPs and begin telling stories everyone can enjoy. Long ago, J.R.R. Tolkien and C.S. Lewis were disappointed that no one was writing the kinds of stories they wanted to read. So, they rolled up their sleeves and did it themselves, and I believe now is the time for that sort of can-do attitude. So if you're creative, take a step of faith. And if you don't feel confident in your ideas, look at it this way. They certainly can't be any worse than what we're getting now, right? That was Edgar Rice Burroughs' train of thought when he wrote Tarzan and John Carter of Mars. So take your shot, kids, because it might just be the shot heard round the world. Someone out there is going to be the next Tolkien, George Lucas or Stan Lee. And it just might be you. This has been Vader Reviews. Until next time, may the Force be with you.